Many of my life's biggest changes can be contributed to chronic fatigue syndrome. If you've ever woken up and felt like you just cannot summon the energy to move, perhaps after like 2 hours sleep or having the flu, only the feeling is worse that you just can't get up. I couldn't move. The energy needed to get out of bed and get my feet onto the floor just didn't exist. And it wasn't something that just a few days in bed would cure. Not being able to move and being pushed in a wheelchair led to very low confidence and poor self-esteem. It was like being stuck in a cage with no way to get out. Occasionally, I was able to get myself to move and do things in the outside world, but I'd end up feeling more physically exhausted after. The muscles in my body ached to the degree where it became painful despite having not exercised in weeks. And those were just the physical symptoms. The emotional battle was the biggest struggle. Here, I was terrified of just being trapped this way forever. And this fear was mainly created by doctors who told me there was not a cure for it, nothing I could do, and all I could do was wait and rest. And this basically enhanced my kind of lazy mindset further. I asked them, how long I needed to rest before it'd get better, and they didn't know. The advice was merely rest until it got better. And I felt like I was never going to feel better. I was already disorganized and lazy, and now I had doctors telling me but I had a chronic illness that stopped me from doing anything in my life. But it was then that I began to audit my daily thoughts and analyze my beliefs continuously. In the state I was in, there'd be no possible way I'd be able to create a body I was proud of, a job I enjoyed, or any kind of healthy relationship with anyone. I was in pain, but I knew I had to be proactive. I had to change parts of my life for my own peace of mind. Pain and adversity are powerful agents for growth. Nothing can help you learn and grow quicker. We need to treat these as an opportunity to evolve into someone stronger. So the next time that you're coasting through life and it feels easy, unless you've put in the hardships and work already, remember this. Like most of you, you've grown the most while suffering in some form. There will be difficult times in life that make you uncomfortable, but this is actually good for you. Use these times to grow. And what I say in this book will give you the edge on life. Take your time and work through it at a pace that you can accept the hard truths and begin making positive change into your own life. The temporary discomfort you may feel in the moments will be forgotten when you've got to a place you are happy in. At that point in my life, I was depressed. And anyone who's ever experienced this knows it's not something you can just stop overnight. The thing is that nothing worth having in your life can come easily. I could have easily kept feeling sorry for myself and being unhappy with what I had, or I could take responsibility for where I was. I believed there had to be a way out. I couldn't carry on this way. I needed to make positive change. I tried taking small steps each day by working on my mindset and attempting a small number of body weight exercises in my room. The doctors advised me against this when I went for my checks. And it was true. My body was reacting in a bad way to the physical exercise. And it was giving me more symptoms. There will be times in life when you will be more vulnerable to becoming negative about things. Your mission is to find the positive in these situations. Find the solution for yourself and don't wait for permission to take action on that solution. I didn't stop trying despite what doctors told me. This helped me become more confident in making my own choices and helped me grow. Despite my temporary discomfort, I wanted to keep going. I couldn't help but think, what would happen if I didn't keep trying to change my situation? Maybe you've been in a situation or you're currently at a place that makes you feel that your life is not fair. Maybe you want to be angry and complain about it. It wasn't until I fully embraced what I am writing in this book and developed discipline in my life or working on my mindset, my nutrition and health, but I began to develop better energy, positivity, and mental fortitude. At the time, I refused to accept that I couldn't get better. I was not going to let this illness and laziness hold me back, and gradually, my symptoms did improve. My body was willing to train more. And action bred more action, and that gave me momentum. But not once did I rely on motivation. It wasn't an overnight process. I was reading for 6, 7, 8 hours a day about mindset, nutrition, the right foods to fuel my body and keep me feeling good, and biomechanics. I'd watch workout videos to learn techniques and improve execution for better results, but the effort that I could afford to put in. And of course, you don't need a chronic illness to develop better habits and mindsets. However, you need to put yourself out your comfort zone to develop them. Looking back, despite all the work I was putting in daily with my chronic fatigue, I knew very little compared to what I know now. I was doing press-ups in my rooms and cans of beans for certain exercises, which is far from ideal. So what I'm trying to say is lack of discipline and laziness will ruin your life. You either change now with small steps or you learn the hard way. Most of us don't put enough value on our own health and fitness until we realize we're about to lose it. And this is a terrible flaw in human nature. We fail to appreciate people until they are about to leave. Repeat this. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. And the same goes for you. You are not your past. You're not defined by what has happened to you. How you react to it is what will define you. If you complain and blame, you'll be unhappy with how your life turns out. By placing blame and reacting negatively, you'll relieve yourself from pain and responsibility in the short term, but this creates much more pain and dissatisfaction in the long term. Accept responsibility and remain positive, and you will be successful. I know because I've been there with both mindsets. I've had the short-term mindset, in the moment mindset. The problem here is that a lot of people think they need to be someone special to live an incredible life or to make an impact on the world. And I was the least special person when I was starting out. I was lazy, skinny fat, mentally weak, and life will throw a crap at you. The only preparation you can do for when this happens is to become mentally tough. You've got one life, so begin making better choices to improve it now. There'll be people out there in far worse conditions than what I face, doing far better than I am. And there is someone out there 10 times as busy as you are, who still has more time than you. So however bad you have it, someone out there has it worse. Still, he or she is doing better in life. Accept these hard-hitting truths, and you will feel better. I'm sure some of you have stepped into that intimidating gym